The following week passed quickly, with Jake and Haru filling their days with plans that seemed endless movie marathons, bike rides, and spontaneous trips to the park. But, despite all the fun, Haru couldn't shake the thought of Tyler and the unexpected moments they'd shared on the hike. It felt as though Tyler lingered in the background of his mind, even when he wasn't there. On a rainy afternoon, Haru found himself alone in the Millers' living room. Jake was out, running errands with his mom, so Haru had stayed back to read. He'd tucked himself into the corner of the couch with a book, listening to the sound of rain pattering against the window. He was so absorbed that he didn't notice Tyler enter the room. When he finally looked up, Tyler was standing nearby, holding a steaming mug of coffee, observing him with a curious smile. "You look comfortable," Tyler said, breaking the silence. "Oh," Haru straightened, embarrassed, closing his book. "I didn't know anyone was here." Tyler shrugged, sitting down on the opposite end of the couch. "I came back a little while ago, got caught up watching you read," he admitted, a slight smirk appearing on his face. "You looked so serious." Haru felt his cheeks warm. "I get really into books," he replied softly. Tyler glanced at the cover. "What's it about?" Haru hesitated, wondering how much to reveal. "It's, a romance, about two people who don't realize they care about each other until, well, it's a bit of a slow burn." Tyler nodded, taking a sip of his coffee. Those are usually the best kind. They sat in comfortable silence for a moment, the only sounds coming from the rain outside and the faint hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen. Haru found himself stealing glances at Tyler, wondering if he'd always looked so peaceful. There was something calming about being with him. "So, have you always liked to read?" Tyler asked, breaking the quiet. "Yeah," Haru said. "Books were kind of my escape. Moving here was a big change. Reading helped me feel at home, in a way." Tyler's expression softened. "That makes sense. I guess we all have something like that." He looked down at his coffee, as if debating whether to say more. "For me, it's photography, capturing moments. It's like freezing a piece of time. Helps me stay grounded." Haru felt a spark of excitement. "I'd love to see some of your photos sometime." Tyler glanced up, a hint of surprise in his eyes. "Yeah, I'd be up for that." He gave Haru a thoughtful look. "Actually, I'm working on a project. It's a series of portraits faces that show all kinds of emotions. Would you be interested in modeling for it?" "Ah," Haru blinked, taken aback. "Me?" Tyler chuckled. "Why not? You've got an expressive face." Feeling both flattered and flustered, Haru managed a shy nod. "I'd be honored." "Great," Tyler said, his voice warm. "We can start tomorrow if you're free. I have a spot in mind, a place I like to go for inspiration. It's by the lake." The idea of spending time alone with Tyler was both thrilling and nerve-wracking. Haru nodded, trying to keep his cool. "I'd like that." The next day, Haru met Tyler at the edge of the trail that led to the lake. The air was crisp, and the trees around them swayed gently, as if they, too, sensed something special about this place. Tyler carried a camera bag slung over his shoulder, looking relaxed and confident. They walked along the trail, making small talk as they went. Haru felt a sense of ease with Tyler that he hadn't experienced before, like he didn't have to try so hard, like he could just be himself. When they reached the lake, Tyler found a spot with a view of the water and motioned for Haru to sit on a nearby rock. As Tyler set up his camera, Haru tried to relax, though his heart was pounding. "Don't worry about posing or anything," Tyler said, sensing his nerves. "Just be yourself. Talk to me if it helps. Tell me about your favorite things, what you love, what you dream about." Haru laughed softly. "That sounds deep." Tyler smirked. "Hey, I take my art seriously." He lifted the camera, focusing on Haru. "All right, tell me something." Haru thought for a moment, feeling oddly vulnerable but safe at the same time. I want to feel like I belong somewhere, like I'm part of something bigger than myself." Tyler's gaze softened through the camera lens. "You do belong somewhere, Haru. I think sometimes you just have to let yourself believe it. Haru looked away, swallowing hard. It's not always easy. Tyler lowered his camera, studying him. You know, you're not alone. Jake, my family, I think we all see you as family too. The words made Haru's chest ache, a strange mix of happiness and longing filling him. He glanced up, meeting Tyler's gaze. Thank you, Tyler. That means a lot. Tyler just nodded, lifting his camera again. This time Haru felt something shift, his expression softening as he looked out at the lake, letting himself feel the moment. Tyler captured it. The subtle smile, the vulnerability in his eyes, the quiet beauty of someone allowing themselves to be seen. As they packed up, Tyler looked at Haru, his expression unreadable. I think these might be some of my best shots yet, he said, a hint of pride in his voice. Haru smiled, feeling a warmth in his chest. I'd love to see them. They walked back in comfortable silence, Haru's heart racing with the realization that something had changed between them. It was subtle, like the first notes of a song, barely audible but unmistakable. When they returned to the house, Jake greeted them, oblivious to the charged silence between Haru and Tyler. But Haru knew this was only the beginning of something that, however quietly, was already shifting the ground beneath his feet.